I agree with the matchmaking, and if you really think about it and you know how Bob Arum and Top Rank have been working, it's kind of what I call the Top Rank carousel. Between 140 and 147, even though Ruslan's with Banner Promotions, co-promoted by Top Rank, you got Ruslan Provodnikov, Chris Algieri. You can throw in Jesse Vargas in the next couple years, Terrence Crawford in 2015, Mikey Garcia 2015. But let's talk about what they have now, the carousel. You got Manny Pacquiao at the top, Juan Manuel Marquez number 2, Timothy Bradley number 3, Brandon Rios number 4. Who else? Ruslan Provodnikov number 5, Mike Alvarado number 6, Diego Chaves number 7. Now, Chris Algieri. We're going to put Chris Algieri above Ruslan because he got the belt. But when you think of all those names, those 8 names right there, they all been fighting each other and can only fight each other. For example, both Timothy Bradley and Brandon Rios fought Pacquiao. Diego Chaves fought Rios. Rios fought Pacquiao. Pacquiao fought Marquez. Marquez fought Alvarado and Bradley. You get where I'm going with this? Pacquiao fighting Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri fought Provodnikov. Provodnikov fought Chris Algieri and Tim Bradley. You get what I'm saying? Like with the mat, you get what I'm saying? Now, it's a good thing and a bad thing because right now, for example, we're getting not officially confirmed, but Rios versus Alvarado 3, which was predictable. It was going to either be Rios versus Bradley or Rios versus Alvarado or Rios versus Provodnikov or Provodnikov. Now, who's to blame for that? I'm not getting into who's to blame. All I'm about now is just making sure we get the best fights. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live with Real Combat Media, and I cover boxing. And you know why I consider myself the best? It's because no matter what, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to hold it in, I got a cough, but no matter what, sick, rain, sleet, hail, snow, I cover every single major fight live. And that's what it takes. Like people forget that this is Saturdays is a job. You know, and for the people who ask, you know, like how much do you make doing this? Yo, really, realistically, look at the views. Now, I haven't been paid yet because my channel was less than 3 months old. Let's get back. I'm congratulating myself, man. I did a good job. T Street did a good job. I need a sticker. Timothy Bradley is a good fighter. But let's look at Timothy Bradley as a fighter. And let's look at his last several bouts. Manny Pacquiao defeat Juan Manuel Marquez, Ruslan Provodnikov, Manny Pacquiao, which should have been a defeat, high-as Joel Castillo-Moore, and Devin Alexander, and then sprinkling a little bit of Lamont Peterson. So, Lamont Peterson fight was when we learned that he had balls, ripping balls. The Ruslan Provodnikov fight is what stopped the death threats from the robbery with Pacquiao, because even though people hated him, it was a highly ranked, it was a highly viewed fight, and it was a highly entertaining fight. And that's when Timothy Bradley got got the name of the nation as far as he built so many fans because he's got heart. It's like, oh shit. He was concussed. There was one point, I forgot what round it was. He took a right hook, went to the ropes, then bounced off in a daze, took a left hook, then went to the other ropes. I'm like, yo, the fight could have been stopped many times. And people forget that Timothy Bradley, when the final bell rung, Timothy Bradley was on his knees, Provodnikov standing over him. But he won the fight. In my opinion, by the very close margin. But he won. Despite the knockdown where he slipped and it wasn't counted and he went rolling backwards. The best Timothy Bradley to be was the Timothy Bradley that fought Juan Manuel Marquez. Timothy Bradley, people forget, in my opinion, and if you take Andre Ward out because he hasn't been fighting number 2 pound for pound at one point in time, number 3 in a lot of people's list. But I'm saying basically the point I'm trying to make is he's very highly ranked. So him defeating Marquez so cleanly and easily, cleaner than Manny Pacquiao could ever do it. I had fear that it could be over for Pacquiao because Pacquiao didn't have the aggressiveness not aggressiveness. No, the aggressiveness. It's that extra level to go like, all right, like I'm going to like to go all out to beat your ass. Now the last time Pacquiao displayed the aggressiveness was when he was going to finish off someone that never been finished off before in Juan Manuel Marquez. And I'm not going to take a shot at him, but listen, you can't put nothing past nobody who drink piss. I'm sorry. And that's just where I'm from. That's not joking or anything. It's like, if you drink piss, what else would you do? Like, you just piss. It's not water. Like, you seen Waterworld with Kevin Costner? This is not Waterworld. He's not putting it through some filter. He's just drinking the shit. You can't put nothing past nobody. But whatever the case may be, as fans say, nothing is proven. He passed all his tests. Me and Juan Manuel Marquez. So, but let's just remember, guys, this is just my opinion. So moving on. You got a guy, by the way, Timothy Bradley is 31-1 and 12 KOs. You got a guy by the name of Diego Chaves. And if you don't know, I might as well just say, I probably didn't say at the beginning of the video, this is T-Street Controversy Live of Real Combat Media. All my videos, boxing articles, interviews, right below. But Timothy Bradley versus Diego Gabriel Chaves is official. It's crazy because the arena is about 2,000 seats, Bob Arum said. On the undercard is going to be Mauricio Herrera versus somebody I forgot. And this is a top rank and Golden Boy promoted card. Ain't that crazy? So Diego Chaves recently signed with Top Rank, and I already talked about the Top Rank carousel. He's 23. He's 23-2 with 19 KOs. Very high knockout percentage. And I'm thinking to myself, in the Brandon Rios fight with the DDT, he was winning the fight. So that's most likely what got him the Timothy Bradley fight. But see, here's the thing. He was stopped by Keith Thurman, remember? And I'm trying to figure out how Bradley can beat him. Now, what I'm saying is this. If I'm saying that the best Bradley was the one that fought Marquez, that's the guy that needs to show up. The one that showed up to fight Pacquiao, when I was fearful that Pacquiao was going to lose to Timothy Bradley, I was on here saying, I don't know if he's going to make it through this, man. Pacman. I was bitching. You know, so he went in there and fought a fight that wasn't him. And then, you know, me, myself, I'm not, listen, you probably wonder, like, what's going on with this shit? Why do I have this? Listen, you don't even want to know the whole story. But just know that the dark arts, the crafts, no. I'm staying away from the Mages Guild. I'm staying away. I play a lot of Skyrim. So, anyway, moving on. Timothy Bradley fought a fight that it wasn't him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, watching the fight, and I'm like, yo, he trying to knock Pacquiao the fuck out. And then he hit Pacquiao with his best punch. Pacquiao ate that shit. You know the one where Pacquiao flew off his feet? Like, oh, shit. Like, smack dead in the face. Then after that, Pac was like, oh, that's all you got? So I'm thinking with Diego Chaves, Timothy Bradley is, I would say, the bigger fighter. Timothy Bradley walks around at about 180, 185 at the most, probably. He goes vegan when he starts to train. People were saying he was depressed, and he looked depressed after losing to Pacquiao, but now he's back getting it, you know, popping. And plus, you know, he took his first loss of his career. Even though people thought that he should have lost to Ruslan, you know, not that, some people did. And people really actually thought that he beat Pacquiao the first time. You know, this was actually the first, you know, loss of his career. You know, in a fight where he probably feels that if I can go back one more time and try to box him and not try to knock him the fuck out, because that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to knock him out. So I'm trying to think, this Diego Chaves guy, he can be, see, he has boxing skills. And he's been knocked out before, so you have to say, okay, well, he can be stopped. I'm not saying Timothy Bradley's going to stop him with his 12 KOs, but I'm thinking this Diego Chaves guy is very confusing and very hard to figure out. Now, a guy like Brandon Rios is a pressure fighter, okay? A guy like Brandon Rios is the type of fighter that you tie up, okay? But I'm thinking what Timothy Bradley is going to show up. And then let alone the power of Diego Chaves. Remember, he's got 19 KOs, and he did rock Keith Thurman a couple times. So I have to think to myself, well, wait a minute, Timothy Bradley's been down numerous times in his career, and we know Timothy Bradley can get stunned, but Timothy Bradley's heart carries him through the fight. Timothy Bradley, and it's a shame, it seems like when he's one of those fighters, that, and it's crazy, don't you know me and Timothy Bradley are the exact same age and born the exact same day. We got the same birthday at the same age. Isn't that crazy? But the day of the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. So it's hard to predict the fight. And you know why it's hard to predict the fight? Because from what we've seen from Diego Chaves, I'm matching Diego Chaves up from only seeing 4 of his fights. Keith Thurman, Brandon Rios, and 2 more, I forgot their names. But, and he's fought mostly in Argentina. But to match them both up, I'm thinking like, well, it all depends on Timothy Bradley. And let alone, how is this weight cut affecting him? You know, Diego Chaves, this could be, you know, this could be Diego Chavez's coming out party. If he defeat Timothy Bradley, he gonna be in the Juan Manuel Marquez conversation, and yes, Manuel Dapper Pacquiao, and I'm for April, and I'm dead ass serious. But you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say this is T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and I cover every single major fight live. I do all my videos live and uncut. So if you don't know, what I do is sometimes I listen to some music, you know, and then all the information I've gathered, I just get up and start talking about boxing. I just start basically talking about boxing. You know, so I talk to the camera like we just homies. And we all homies. Please subscribe. T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy Live.